would have to have at least 1,000 followers before I could go live. But it looks like they've given people the keys to the candy store. You can go live without 1,000 subscribers, which is really awesome because it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat to have that opportunity to talk with you. And I've been putting out some new content because I've been, of course, doing what I do, which is fulfilling my desires and giving myself what I want. And that means for me listening to Edward Arts Supply and just really disseminating what he's talking about. I take notes. I really want to be clear and aware of what I'm giving to myself on the inner, right? Because it's very easy to get sucked into the observable what is and find all kinds of things to be unsatisfied about, which, that's not very helpful, especially if especially if there's a lot of negative emotion attached to it. So, it's a very crisp, very crisp and beautiful day here in the Ozarks, friend. And I hope it's lovely where you are. And I'm not sure, but if anybody has questions, oops, there we go. I hit a button. I don't know what I'm doing here, but hopefully it'll come up and I'll be able to read it. If not, when I'm done with this little live video, I'll go back and I'll answer any questions that you have, or I'll just say hello to you if you've said hello to me. But yeah, oh my gosh, it's so cold and I couldn't find my gloves. So this probably won't be a very long video because I'm not really saying a whole lot of anything. I'm just excited I get to go live on YouTube. Ooh, that's neat. I spend pretty much every day I listen to Edward Art. And I've been going back through some of my videos, or some of the videos that he's made. And I tell you, things jump out at me that really, just so amazing, so good. Just like exactly what I needed to hear, exactly what I needed to know. Because I might have been, in the moment grappling with something, and it just makes so much sense. That's why I love to listen to his videos, and I always glean something good and new when I listen, even if they're older videos that I've heard lots and lots of times before. That's why I've been doing those little shorts with the photos and my notes, because I realize and doing those clips, that's a way that I can share that with you and see if any of that is helping you and resonates with you, because Edward's videos are really short for the most part. He's never rambled on quite as long as I have. So he keeps it pretty short and concise and just power packed full of good stuff. But I love being able to go into the clips and make little short clips about things that really stand out to me, and then I'll share those with you and see if that doesn't help you out a little bit, because we're all going through it. We're all here. And anybody who listens to Edward or Neville Goddard or any of these kinds of teachings, I just think every little bit helps. And so, yeah, it's really cool to be able to go live. If you've stopped by, thank you. And I'll do this again. Maybe I'll set up a time where, like I schedule it and then we can just make a thing out of it and do we can, eventually I would love to talk to other people who are into this and just see, what we can share with each other, maybe podcast style or something. I think that would be a blast. There's so much to talk about. There's so much good information to share. And I'm just happy. I'm happy to be a part of all of this. I'm really happy to be finding my way, These truths that Edward shares have really, truly changed my life. I've changed my life listening to them and taking it in and giving it to myself. It's wonderful when we can find our footing. And it's wonderful when we lose our footing, right? Because if we didn't lose our footing, how on earth would we ever find our balance? If you're in this world, you're never here walking perfectly. You're always gonna stumble. You're gonna have times when you fall, but it's okay because we're built tough, and it's part of the adventure. So, and I think we're doing more good every day when we're just giving ourselves exactly what it is that we want, despite what we might be feeling or experiencing in the outer world. We can change all of that. We can alter it. And, there's been times when I've been in really deep funks over just kind of feeling stymied about it and then feeling stymied that I was feeling stymied about it. So don't give up. Just, like a really tenacious rash, just persist and keep going because things will start breaking loose and you'll start finding your balance. And then things will start clicking. And when that happens, right, that you're on the right track, you're finding your way, and things start lining up. And I mean that truly. Things will start lining up in your life. But if you go into it feeling really doubtful or skeptical, that won't help. It's okay. But you have more fun if you don't feel skeptical or, jaded about it. And this outer world can give you plenty of reasons to feel that way. Ooh, it's a little chilly. My eyes watering. But persist, persist because I Am is counting on you to give yourself what you want and share that with I Am. Share that with your inner being because your inner being wakes up to all the beauty and the love and the joy you have inside of you. Wow, that's what moves mountains. It's not all your plans. It's not all your how hard can you push to make something happen. It's how much can you give yourself in love, and how much can you just let go of the narratives that suck the joy out of your life, right? Just know, do the soul sucking stuff for as long as you need to. It's okay. But when you're ready, you can change everything and anything that you want just by being really persistent about it. Not giving up, not telling yourself shitty stories about your past, which, activate fearful, shitty stories for the future. Why, don't have to do that. Everybody can do that. Lots of people do do that. And I've certainly been guilty of doing that as well. But I don't beat myself up about it anymore. And, I have found that the more I give myself what I want, my inner narrative, in my imagination, my inner world, my narrative changes. The narrative in my outer world changes also. And I know maybe you've heard people say that, and it sounds all well and good and all of that, but you don't know them, and they could just be making stuff up. But I'm not making it up when I tell you that it has had an effect in my outer world. And so my outer world's not perfect, but it's pretty wonderful. And I can make it a joy by focusing on what I want and seeing the fun in giving myself what I want as though it's already come to pass. Or I can get fixated on what I don't want or what I'm unhappy with. And man, that sucks. That just sucks the fun and joy and happiness out of the moment, out of your present moment. And when that starts happening, it can really take some time to find your balance and get get yourself feeling the way you want to feel. So it's okay. That's what we're all here doing. And it's not all as serious as we make it out to be. We can relax and have fun with it. Right? So I'm really enjoying this. Look, I've already been on here for 13 minutes. I don't know if anybody said anything, but it says I'm trying to put on that suddenly paused it for a minute, but I'm hoping that there's a live chat. That would really be cool. Let's see. Well, if there is a way to live chat, please chat away. And if not, then post a message if you would like, because I always love reading comments from people. And if you have a question that I can possibly answer or attempt to answer, I am incredibly happy to try to do that. No promises that you'll like the answer, but you never know. We might glean some lovely truths together. I know 2 nights ago, I was testing out a little experiment before I went to bed where I was just kind of laying there. Well, I read a post by this fellow named Raymond Ironbody McKinney. His stuff blows my mind. He must read a lot of things that I don't read. But some of his truthy stuff shines through. Oh, there's a bunch of birds flying overhead. And so that night, after I had read one of his posts, I'll share it. I'll go ahead and share it with you guys. But there was, towards the end, I was reading it and I was just like completely captivated with what he had written. And it fell in line completely with what I study when I listen to Edward Art. And so I was laying in bed and I was just relaxing, and I was thinking about what I had read, and I was just kind of, I don't know how to explain it other than just kind of testing out a new way of settling in for the night. And because I want to do more meditative like videos and such. I think those can be fun. And I had a dream that night. Well, I had a lot of dreams, but I woke up to a dream of that I was on YouTube, and I had, I don't know, over 1 million followers, which was just really wild. And I thought, when I woke up and I remembered that dream, I was like, well, that's neat. It's certainly not my goal, but wow, wouldn't that be amazing? 1 million people caring about the law of assumption and creating the life that they want for themselves because they understand better how to give themselves what they want. And I think that's amazing. It's very pretty out today. This tree behind me is one of my favorite big oaks on my property. It's my greeter. Whenever you come onto my property, you can see that big oak. And it's so majestic in the spring and summer. And my property is filled with birds. And that's something else that I want to do. I want to have, well, I told my husband Charles I wanted to do retreats out here and do like Edward Art retreats, where we gather together and talk about all this cool stuff in person. And he said, why should you call it retreats? Call it an embrace. And I thought that was brilliant. And so, yeah, on my property, I have almost 20 acres out here. And it's almost all wooded. And it's lovely. I would love to meet with people and just do this all the time. Just talk about these things. They make my heart sing, because the more you practice this, the easier it gets to not get wrapped up or tangled up in a problem or in any kind of problematic thinking. So, yeah, right. I'm starting to get very, very cold. So I'm going to go back to my wood stove and my 2 kittens and get ready for dinner soon. But for all of you who stopped by and for all of you who are going to stop by, thank you. Thank you for being here, friend. I am really excited about life and what the future holds. Because I think it holds a lot of beauty, and a lot of grace, and a lot of Edward Art videos, and more friends like you who are super interested in the law of assumption and what we can do to live the life that we desire and feel the wish fulfilled, right? Until next time, friend, Take care, and I will share some more goodies with you. And if I can figure out how to end this, I'm not sure how it ends. How do you stop the live video? You don't. You just stay with me at Virgin Forevers. I guess I click the X. Oh, yes,